Hello and welcome back to episode 14 of the Cinematic Boys podcast. Today, I'm with my wonderful co-host Bilal. Bilal, how you doing, man?
I'm pretty good, man. How you been, my boy?
I've been doing good. I've been posting on YouTube actually.
Keep on the
YouTube.
grind, boy.
So what I'm doing is to be easier. This could help you out too. I was going to throw this idea out. I'm taking my TikToks that are longer than a minute, and I'm just throwing them on YouTube
Oh, that's
as
smart.
videos to at least get one because I'm already over 1,000. I'm thinking I'm at 3,000 something right now. So definitely try to get those watch time hours in. And of course,
Wow.
I'm trying to build a little thing right now because some Transformers videos have been popping off on there. So trying to build a lot of hype for Transformers 1, which is coming out in
Hell yeah.
September. But besides that, nothing else. Just been watching movies, working. But how have you been like except I know you said you were good, but how have you been like what you been doing this week wise?
French mics. Oh, French. uh, I just finished school. Finished my exams. That hurt. Um. Yeah. I finished my exams. That was good. Watching some movies. Working. Keep myself busy.
So guys, with the episode this week, we're gonna be doing our review review for Civil War, and then we're gonna go over the recap of CinemaCon because there's not a lot of movie news this week besides that. So we're just going to recap that. But Bilal, let's get right into it. What have you watched this week?
What I watched this week? That is a great question. I have watched um Donnie Darko. Great movie. You seen it?
No, I have not.
Logan Lucky. You seen that, right?
N- No, I own it though, but I don't haven't watched it.
That's another great movie. Daredevil 2003, my guilty pleasure movie that brings me joy. I know it's a bad movie, but it brings me joy.
No,
Um,
I've seen that though.
and 9 Days, and that movie's really good but depressing.
So for me, let's go open.
Oh, and
I
Civil War, obviously, but yeah.
yeah, of course, Civil War. Let's see. I had it open. Let me pop it up real quick. I don't got my phone near me, so let me look up my letterbox real quick because I had the tab open and it disappeared. Let's go to profile. Okay, so this week I watched Men, which is the this past week's episode that me and Sammy reviewed. Then I watched Civil War. I watched The Dark Knight. Rewatched The Dark Knight. So the Men and Civil War were first time watches. Rewatched The Dark Knight in theaters. My local theater had it, so got to see that in the theater for the first time. Then today we're recording Happy Doom 2 release day on digital. So I bought that and rewatched that for the third time. But besides that, that's it for this week.
All right, sounds good, man.
So let's get right into our trailers. There's some trailers that came out. There's one Blumhouse trailer that has came out. I kind of don't want to watch it. I kind of want to go in this movie blind because it is a remake of I think a French film called Speak No Evil. It stars
Oh,
James McAvoy. People are saying the trailer is good, but it's a Blumhouse movie. I kind of want to see what my theme is because I don't know nothing about this movie from the original movie. And I don't want to know enough because, of course, I didn't do a trailer reaction then. So I'm just gonna go in this movie blind,
yeah.
not watch the trailer. But our big trailer I want to talk about, which is also released at CinemaCon, is Joker Folia Do or Joker 2. So Bilal, I know you have watched the trailer for this one actually. So what are your thoughts on this trailer?
Um, it looks really good. Obviously, the cinematography and the way the movie looks is a massive upgrade due to the huge budget they had. Um, Joaquin Phoenix looks like he's going to deliver another excellent performance as Joker. Same with Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn. I think she's going to do a great job. I'm still iffy on the musical elements of this film because the trailer didn't really show that part of the movie that much. So that's the only thing I'm iffy on. But overall, it looks solid. I mean, we'll see how it is when it's out later this year.
So first of all, Bilal, you already know I haven't seen Joker yet, the first one,
Oh,
but
dang.
I'll be watching it later this year, especially with Philia do come out. The trailer I like a lot. I know they don't like marketing musicals, but this feels like when I was watching like a very psychotic version of La La Land,
Yeah.
and especially like you can say like I think you would know um because there's one scene when they're looking at each other, then it's like them dancing with full makeup. There's the next shot of them on top of I think it's Arkham,
Yeah.
some Arkham. I think it's the Hotel of Arkham. I think it is.
Yeah.
So that reminds me of a lot of like I haven't seen La La Land, but like the aesthetic of it though, I've seen
Yeah.
from trailers and stuff. It reminds me of a lot of that. Of course, we're not getting no original songs in this movie. It's going to be cover photos, cover songs. Which if Lady Gaga's in it, we're going to probably get a couple of Lady Gaga songs.
Yeah.
And if
But
you
that's another issue I have with this movie. I wish it was original songs for the movie to make it more sense towards the scenes that they're trying to incorporate, but we'll see.
because like everyone knows Lady Gaga's a musicianist, so they she can't sing. But if you guys are worried about Walking Phoenix seeing, I want to give you guys a little movie recommendation right now. Go watch Walk the Line. It's the Johnny Cash biopic, and if you guys think that Joaquin Phoenix can't sing, he sings really good in that, especially with the Johnny Cash songs. So I have faith in him with his singing talent in this movie, and of course Lady Gaga. But who directs it is Todd
Todd
Phillips.
Phillips, yeah.
I think Todd Phillips is going to do good in this. I just want. I'm thinking, do you think it will hit the $1 billion though, like the first one did?
Um, there's the potential of that. I mean, Lady Gaga is a lost star power, so having her in a film is definitely gonna get a lot of audiences in. And people love the first Joker movie. So if this movie is received well critically, I could definitely see this movie do really well at the box office and getting the billion. As for the first movie, it's pretty good. You could definitely see the influences the first movie takes from Martin Scorsese, especially with Taxi Driver, and also takes inspirations from another class movie being King of Comedy. So you can really tell this movie takes some influences from better movies, but it's still a pretty good comic book movie in my eyes.
Do you think the musical aspects will hurt this from making $1 billion though?
Musical aspects, depends. It could most likely, but I wish it doesn't. I hope people see this movie for what it is, and we'll see how it goes when the movie's out. It's coming out in October, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, October 4th.
October 4th.
But well, I was okay in my head billion because if you think Wonka made $600 million in the box
Hmm.
office, so like you said, star power with Lady Gaga. Everyone knows who Joaquin Phoenix is, so I think that this movie might hit $1 billion. It just
Yeah,
depends.
I mean, also Joaquin Phoenix is also an actor that people really enjoy watching in the big screen, so that's another factor of this movie hitting a billion. And well, Joker is a really popular character in DC, so that's another factor as well. And obviously, this our power for Lady Gaga. Having those three big elements are could be the biggest reasons of this movie getting a billion. But I do think the music aspect could ruin that. But we'll have to see when the time comes in October.
You're right about that. So let's get into our movie review for this week. Of course, we watched A24's latest film from Alex Garland's Civil War, starring Kaylee Spaney and Krista Dunst. So Bilal, let's get right into it. Let's give our spoiler free thoughts. I will let you go first.
So this is the third time Alex Garland has worked with A24. The only movie he didn't work with A24 was Annihilation. But as for Civil War, I feel like this is a really great film that showcases war through journalism as we follow these four journalisms. And the sound design is really loud, and the sound design makes this movie feel more intense. The performances are really great. I can understand why people didn't like this movie because it's very neutral when it comes to the stance it wants to take place in Civil War, which is what I like about this movie because it showcases whatever side you're on, the Civil War is still going to be happening. I do have an issue with this movie not exploring the idea of the Civil War, but this movie is a definition of um, show not tell. It's showcasing this war, showcasing how scary it could be through the eyes of the journalism. And as for performances, Kelly Spaney is absolutely killing it. And she was the best part of the war in my eyes. And Christian Dunst's performance was so awesome. And seeing the character of Lee and Jesse grow in this movie and their relationship getting stronger and stronger was something really awesome to see, especially with the great chemistry they had on screen. And as for Christian Dunst, her performance is emotional, but it's emotional in the sense that it's emotional through her facial expressions. And I will dive that into further, but the way she just shows emotions towards the character Lee without showcasing words and just showcasing like facial expressions with her eyes was something really strong. The cinematography is fantastic, and I find everyone had great chemistry together. It was interesting and some really great, beautiful shots in Civil War.
So my thoughts for this movie, I really enjoyed Civil War because if the last Alex Garland movie was Ben, and it was very divisive. Like I know a lot of people saying this movie is very divisive, but for me, I really enjoyed it. Like because one, if you guys are thinking this is a political type of movie, don't think that. There's mostly no political things in
It's,
this movie.
yeah, it's more like anti-war movie.
Yeah, and we see that through the war photographers. But like you said, the camera shots, the camera work in this. Alex Garland, I don't know who this cinematographer is, but whoever it is, give them props because they did a great job. Did you see this IMAX?
Yeah, it's on IMAX. It was loud.
And I think there were some scenes because we were getting to that in the spoiler part. There were some scenes in the movie. If you guys watch this in IMAX, there's a wider range and you can see the better picture of this movie. But you said the sound. One, I watched this like regular digital. It was loud already, but if you're talking about IMAX, now that's loud.
Yeah,
Especially the ending. All I have to say is especially with the ending scene, the whole fight at the end. I want to say the fight at the end because every movie has about a fight at the end now. That had to be loud in IMAX. But overall, for the acting choices, Kristen Dunst, Kaylee Spaney, oh, they're perfect in this. Who's the guy who plays Sammy in this?
let me look that up real quick.
Whoever that is, I like him as an actor, and he was really good in this. The performance that he gave in this, and the guy,
Wagner. I can't say his last name. Wagner Mora.
no, not him. The guy, the older man.
Oh, Sammy Stephen McKinsey.
Yeah, Stephen McKenzie. I like him. Heck, the guy who plays what's the guy's name? His character for the main guy who's with Kristen Dunst.
Joel.
Yeah, I like Joel. Joel was funny. I think if you had some comedic moments in this, it was Joel. And there was another scene I thought was pretty funny, but it got pretty serious real quick. But like going back to Kristen Dunst and Kaylee Spaney, Kristen Dunst is a pure asshole in this movie.
Yeah.
Like you can see that, especially going through the war photographer, because she's seasoned. She's a seasoned veteran in this, so you got to be a hardened self in that type of profession. Of course, Kaylee Spaney is just a newcomer trying to get into this. Kristen Stewart's character of Lee is her idol,
Yeah.
so Jesse's looking up to Lee, and of course, if you guys see in the trailer, Joel lets Jesse tag along.
Yeah.
Of course, you see through the movie where Jessie is a newcomer, but by the end, you see her become, I think, what Lee wants her to be in this
Yeah.
whole entire film. And I kind of like that because it has so many elements in this. Like, it's an anti-war film, it's an action film. It's kind of like a coming of age story, especially with Jesse's character.
Yeah.
And heck, if you want to consider, sometimes a little bit hard because there's some brutal moments in this.
Yeah, there's some really unsettling moments in this movie, most definitely.
Because like perfect example, like the review that we did a couple weeks ago with Sicario,
Yeah.
we have always said there was not enough scenes, I think, that Denis Villeneuve put in that movie to show the live actions of the cartel down in Juarez. But Alex Garland did the right job to put the what would happen if there was actual civil war and the consequences of it, with not only because of course in this movie Texas and California paired together, and it's them two versus everyone else.
Yeah.
And of course you got, it's kind of like anarchy if America said anarchy.
It's kind of like a more realistic version of Purge.
Yeah, it's not like you said, like the Purge movies is like over dramatic, but this is kind of like if the government just lost control when this is what happens.
Yeah.
And it's a scary time to think of that though.
It's coming in
It's,
election year, which is scary
yeah,
for y'all.
yeah, because you're right, because I think Garland did a great job because of course, like you said, this is a election year for us, and it's kind of like a message of like who should you vote for,
Yeah, exactly.
and like do you want this to become our America right now? But overall, I think that's about it because I really want to get into some things, certain things in this movie. But of course, we got to go into spoiler territory. Is that it for you, Bilal, for your spoiler theory thoughts, or you
Yeah.
got anything else?
I think that's it for me.
So, guys, with that being said, we're going to go into our spoiler territory of the review. So, if you guys haven't seen Civil War yet, click off this review if you listen to audio or watching the video right now, or put it on pause. Come back after you guys watch the movie. Give us your guys' thoughts down in the comments if you guys are watching the video on the YouTube channel. And if you guys are watching on the podcast episode, when you guys give us a rating for this episode, put your thoughts also down on your rating about Civil War. But Bilal, let's get right into it. What are your spoiler thoughts mostly? What or some spoiler moments that you want to talk about in this movie?
Okay, first of all, I'm gonna talk about character. I know a lot of people I heard online were complaining about Jesse being stupid at some points, which is ridiculous. Because if you're like Jesse's a character that's curious, right? You always want to be a war like photographer, so she doesn't know the dangers of it yet. So Lee's character is very hard on her for that reason because it's dangerous. So it's like Jesse's character is facing that reality of the scariness of the war of doing this job. Before she was curious, and now she was like she's got a little bit scared. It took her a while to build that confidence. So in the end, she feels more confident at being the person she wants to be, which is a great character art for the character. But I want to talk about the scene sort of the beginning, when they're getting gas And then you see Jesse's curiosity, and she's walking, and you see those two men hanged up, and then Lee's character comes.
Is that when they first meet?
Sort of like in the like after the first meet, their truck needed gas, right?
I
And then
think
they went to the
so.
gas station.
Yeah, are you talking about the gas station part?
Yeah, I'm talking about the gas
Oh yeah,
station
yeah,
part.
yeah. Because I definitely want to get into that part after you got are done with that because there's some things I think about that.
Anyways, but you see, like, oh, she's curious. She's walks through there, but she puts herself in danger right off the bat because you don't know the intentions of the people with the guns, right?
Yeah.
So Leek Sora talks them out of the way of the danger, and it's like, oh, can I take a picture, like picture of you with a gun with the people hanged up? Which she knows what she's saying because she's been doing this for a while. So, that scene was really well made. Um, Also when the scene when they're driving, this is leading to that Jesse Plemons scene, but when
Oh,
they're driving and their friends are just hopping the
oh, they're
window
swapping
to
the
the or
cars.
swapping, yeah, leaning up to that Jesse confrontation with Jesse Plemons' character, and you see how reckless these characters are and the consequences are facing with that. But Lee didn't want to see Jesse die, so that's why Lee's like, "Oh, I want to help Jesse," because Lee sees a little bit of herself in Jesse, if that makes sense. And so when that scene comes with Jesse Plemons' character, oh man, what type of American is one scary question to ask. So at that point in time, and when he kills, um, goes two Asian people, because one of them was from Hong Kong, the
And the
other
other one
one,
we don't even know. He just
the
shot
other,
him.
yeah, it just shows that he's a racist. And Jesse Plemons in that 6 minutes ate up that scene. But the scene when Jesse falls down the pile of bodies
Oh, I
in the
forgot about that
ditch.
scene.
Oh, that was horrific. And then luckily the character Sammy saves them. Unfortunately, Sammy got shot and killed. And that scene was really well put together. Heartbreaking, emotional, hit me the feels. Um, but I also love that scene in remember to go on that green field and there's two people with the camo and there's like a sniper try to snipe them,
Yeah,
and there's
I remember that.
that dialogue's like like Joel asks why are you shooting them or something like that. It's like they're trying to kill
I
us.
remember that. I remember that scene. I'm like,
They're
dude, why
trying
did
to
you
kill
say
us. I don't care who they are, and they're trying to kill us. We got killed them. It just shows that everyone is a target in the Civil War. And there's that town scene I remember too, where everyone's in this town stay away from the Civil War, but you see the people on the roof making
that?
sure
Okay,
not.
that's the thing I was going to tell you about. So when we watched that on regular, me and mom was wondering because it cuts off the screen of when the roof start, like the roof
Oh
starts
yeah,
up top. So we were wondering like who was up there. And later on I figured out that it was some people up there, of course, with guns trying to make sure nobody got into there. I'm like, okay, because I think that's the reason why you guys will have to watch this movie in IMAX because there are some things that will be left on screen that you guys are wondering about.
yeah, exactly. But like, that town scene's like, oh, there's some people trying to stay away, but there's still some people that are making sure nothing happens. If the Civil War unfolds as they're in that town, they're gonna be ready for it. But you know what scene that affected me right in the beginning?
What's
It's
saying?
like the scene of a person burning alive with the music.
Oh yes,
Yeah, that
he
was
just
like,
Garland just throws you right into there at the beginning.
yeah, like right off the bat, the imagery is like bloody. Like he doesn't hold back with the blood. It's
No.
it feels realistic. It's crazy what he has done with this movie. Um, yeah, I'm not been speaking too much. What are your thoughts, bro?
So I liked the first thing that we get when Jesse and Lee meet.
Yeah,
Of course, it was that build. I think it's in the building, isn't it?
yeah, in the
No, it's like
building.
it's like that building. Of course, also like that little protest that's everyone having right there. But then of course somebody comes up. I think they're strapped with a bomb. I think
Yeah,
so. Of course, Lee. Of course, her, Joel, and Sammy's there at the time. They are like have these vests on, so of course pressed like so people know they're pressed. So they could stay away, keep them safe. Of course, Jessie comes up and she's new. She don't have none of this. And Lee sees this, and you could tell kind of Lee is already a little bit protective because she like throws the vest to her, and after that tells her to keep it. But by the time we get to the scene of when they wanted to go to Washington,
yeah,
because of
Washington.
course they want to have a quote with the president, because of course everyone's trying to assassinate the president right now.
Yeah,
But when you get to the scene of when Leah's coming out and she sees Jess in the car, because she already agreed that Sammy can come, even though Sammy is like the rival press
yeah,
person against them. She has known Sammy for so long because before this, I think it was Joel or Sammy asked her like, "Why is she so mean to Jesse?" Because Jesse comes to up to her in the hotel, and of course she's like, "Oh, blah blah blah," but Sammy's like, "I see you, I see her, I see you and her when you first started. Everything that she's given off was you when I first met you." So I
yeah,
think that it's that realism of getting into the gas station scene, because when she walks off, it's the protective thing. I think
it's-
Lee wants to protect Jesse because not only she sees something in her, it's the future. There's a point where Lee is not going to do this anymore, and there's going to be have to be more people to lean off of this, and Jesse's the perfect example.
yeah, exactly. But another thing about Jesse, is that she builds confidence as she goes, right? Like in the beginning she's scared, but she slowly builds confidence, which is something I really appreciate. Because like if me and you just got into it and depressing, we'll be scared. But like
Yeah,
more we do it, more confidence we get.
it's
But
kind of like a perfect example. Is like us right now. Like we've been doing this thing for 13 weeks, and if you guys can see our first episode, we were scared to do this, but it's like now
exactly.
it's so like right now we're building confidence. It's like her when she sees those two bodies and they leave the gas station, she freaks the fuck out. Like she's breaking down. Of course, Lee is mad at her for walking away. She's like, you gotta be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah.
And it really got to me because she's like, now we're taking care of a 5-year old and an old man. And of course that really hurt Jesse. And Joel looks back there and Jesse's crying at the time.
yeah.
And it bothers Lee because then of course it's when they go to the stadium, and no, not the stadium, the mall, and they walk out and they see the helicopter,
Yeah.
and Lee walks out with Jesse, tells her to come on to take some pictures, and tells her like she's got to be prepared for this. This is not for the faint of heart. You got to be prepared for gruesome scenes like this. It takes a toll on you. You got to be
It's
hardened.
Yeah, but you could really tell that Toll hit Lee so hard, especially the third act. She didn't want to be a part of it no more.
Okay, I get that. That's a nitpick for me. Why was she freaking out the whole entire time when that scene was going on? But by the time she knew the president was in the car, she was like so brave to get into that White House.
I have no idea, but it makes sense to have a toll on someone who's been doing it for years, right? but the way they did it is like she doesn't want to show that she's scared, right? But
Yeah.
they show it with her facial expression. So us, the audience, know she's going through something, but the characters don't. Which is such a great little detail towards the character least. It's like no matter how scared she is, she's willing to do her job. But in the third act, she was done. She sacrificed her life to save Jesse. But she was done. She didn't want to be
So
part of it.
so another thing of like good emotion showing in this because there's a lot of like facial expressions of emotion. I think that tells a lot in this story
Yeah.
of Civil War. Another is when Sammy dies and they go to the Western Front or
I at
Western
least I have a
Forces
little
camp.
nitpick. I have a little nitpick when Sammy dies. Why did no one try pressure him up a little bit?
Okay, that was sad though. To be honest, that was so sad because they're driving back. Okay, before that, the Jesse Plemons scene, that was the most intense scene I've ever saw in the theater.
Yeah, I was like covering my ears during that scene. I was scared for my life,
No,
man.
no, because I was thinking, are they going to actually kill Jesse? That's what I was thinking in the movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, good grief, are they going to really kill her? And the boy, Sammy, just came right in as a hero, just ran the crap out of Jesse Plemons' character. And like you said, when Jesse is down the hole, one, it takes a toll on her, but it's like she has built that little hardness up inside of her through that time where she handles it a little bit, but of course it still bothers her because it's all these dead bodies that she's laying on top of.
Yeah.
But getting right to the Sammy's death, that was so sad because they're going down the road and he's like, I can't drive anymore. I can't feel nothing. And I'm thinking, is this dude having a heart attack or something? Then I realized he's shot, and me and mom are like, "Oh my god!" They're
I
like,
don't know. That hit.
"Yeah, it really did." And the perfect emotion scene is when, of course, when he dies and they get to the Western Forces area.
And you see Joel screaming.
Yes, it's that scene when Joel's screaming. It it really bothered me
Yeah.
because even though it's like a silent scene and we hear this music and stuff, you just see his expression, his facial like. Even though they're rivals, they have built this relationship after the years of him, Lee and Sammy, and it's kind of like Sammy's kind of like a father figure, I think, to them,
Yeah.
and it's like they just lost one of their family members
Yeah.
because they've been through this through all these years. But getting into the ending, like you said, it shows that Lee has broken down in this during the fight scene because I think she has overtaken it, especially once they find out that the U.S. government has backed off and Western forces can come in now, and they're going to take the president and anybody else for dead.
Yeah.
So of course everyone's pissed because Joel was pissed because of course they couldn't get their quote. They came there to get their quote. But I think that's why Lee gets broken down. She got there, and it's kind of like, what is this for?
Yeah.
And by the time we get there, of course, she sacrifices herself to protect Jesse. And the one thing that bothered me the most, there was two things. When Sammy died, Lee took a picture of him,
Yeah.
and she deleted the picture, right?
Yeah.
But when she got shot, Jesse took the picture. I'm like, and also the way I get this is when she was talking to Joel, she's like, Sammy died for nothing.
Yeah.
And Joel's thing after Lee died was getting that damn Oval Office to get that quote from the president and let Jesse take the picture because he wanted Lee's life and sacrifice to mean something.
Yeah.
But they rushed that movie at the end too quick, though, right there.
Yeah, a little bit. But no. Speaking of that, when Lee took the lead picture of Sammy,
Yeah.
There's no more cameras. Like no more pictures on her camera. That also showcased that she was done. She didn't care about it no more.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought she was just deleting the picture of him.
Yeah, but like I know how cameras work. If you delete a picture, the next picture will show up, and then that picture never showed up, right?
No.
But you know the piece of dialogue when Lee met Jesse for the first time, and there's like this interaction. I believe there's interactions like Jesse asks Lee, if I die, would you take a picture of me?
Yes.
And then Lee says, "What do you think?" That means she's obviously going to do that. So I thought that was like a foreshadow thing towards the end of the movie.
True, I haven't thought of that. You're right about that.
Um, yeah, that piece of dialogue just I was thinking about it and I was like wondering, oh, is this a piece of dialogue hinting at Jesse's death or Lee's death in the end? And then end up being Lee's death. Um, which is something that is great foreshadowing for sure. Um, but I wish the quote of the president when they killed them off was a little more clearer. Still like a mystery, but even
Oh, you
as
know, wait, you don't know what the quote was? I do.
what was the quote? I couldn't really hear it.
Can I live?
Oh,
That's why he said, he's like, can I live? And Joel looks at him, he's like, that's all I need.
anyways, but even in the small W of killing the president, the war's still gonna happen.
Because, of course, they got to try to clean up all the corrupt people out.
Exactly. So even with the dub, like even with the victory, there's still gonna be a war happening. We're
But it's
just
gonna be an easier chance though to clean all those corrupt people out because of course there's no leader.
yeah.
But is that mostly it for you for Civil
Um,
War, or is there anything else?
I think that's it. Yeah.
I think that's mostly it for me too. So if you guys want to go out check out Civil War. If you guys have an IMAX screen near you, definitely check this out at IMAX. One for the visuals. Two, you will see a lot more vision of this movie and what the story is. And like Bilal said, this movie is loud, so definitely get that loud effect
Good.
because I think it's got one more week because we are coming out next week. We are like a couple weeks, maybe 1 or 2 more weeks with IMAX. So definitely go check out Civil War in IMAX if you haven't yet.
Especially if Fall Guy come out soon.
Yeah, because I was thinking because there's no other movie coming out in IMAX. I know movie come out IMAX this week. I think. Oh wait, yeah, okay. So actually go see it this weekend because of course Challengers is coming out in IMAX. So that would take all the Civil
Hey,
War
Challenger
screens.
is coming out IMAX.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. So guys, because so from right now, which we are recording this podcast, that is the 16th. So I'm going to release this episode probably the 17th or 18th. So check out by the 25th in IMAX if you guys want to see this movie in IMAX. But I think that's it for Civil War. Let's get right into our movie news this week. Of course, last week we did our predictions for CinemaCon and what we think was going to happen. And we got a lot of stuff, a lot of good stuff, a lot of bad stuff coming out of CinemaCon.
A lot of mediocre stuff. A
Yeah,
lot.
true. So let's get right into it. Let's get right into our main things that we have got from CinemaCon.
Ryan Coogler
One,
movie. What?
two. Okay, guys, I want to tell you a little story. So last week after we recorded the podcast, me and Bilal were talking. This dude almost gave me a heart attack because he saw that Haley Steinfeld, his favorite actress, is paired up with Michael B. Jordan, his favorite actor, in this new Ryan Coogler one vampire movie that's set in the Jim Crow era. That's just mind blowing. This dude blows my ears out about and gives me a heart attack. And shout out to Bilal, by the way, because that video that you posted on TikTok popped the fuck off.
yeah, hell yeah, it did.
But let's get right into it. Bilal, how you feel about this new movie and finally that we don't haven't got a title, but the premise and who's gonna be in this movie.
What movie?
The Michael B. Jordan,
Oh yeah, the
Ryan
Michael
Coogler
B.
one.
Jordan one. Yeah, I'm excited for this movie, man. First of all, Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan haven't missed. I mean, Free Will Station, Creed, Black Panther.
1 and 2.
Yeah, well, like what? Nobody saw the second one. Yeah, spoiled. You
I
know.
hope somebody saw the second one. This movie's been out for like a year and a half.
I don't know. But anyways, they're 4 for 4. They're about to be 5 for 5. Haley Steinfeld might be Jordan in a vampire movie in the Jim Crow era. It's going to be something really interesting. I'd love to see this creativity unfold as Hollywood been lacking on that. So I'm excited to see what these people do. And yeah, Michael B. Jordan and Haley Steinfeld in the same movie. Like, what else do you want? You know,
Hey, dude, I'm excited for this. I'm
I'm
like,
excited.
I
Yeah.
am dead excited for this. I am so damn excited.
We got to get invited to the premiere, man.
Who's the studio that is doing this, by the way?
I don't know.
We gotta find that out.
I know it's coming out March 7th, 2025.
Oh, it is. So we got a year.
Yeah, a year.
So let's get right into it. Some other stuff. Of course, I told you guys about See No Evil. We got a trailer for that, but of course, I don't want to know nothing about that. Also, from Big Ol' Lionsgate,
I know
Saw
where we should be.
11,
Saw
my
11 got
movie,
delayed.
it got delayed to 1 whole year. 2 things come out of this. One's negative is that I really was looking forward to this movie, and I really wanted it this year. But the positive out of this is they got the chance to make this movie good, write a good script, actually focus on this. And the other thing out of the that we got delayed is The Crow. It's supposed to come out June 7th. Now it's coming out August 23rd,
That's fine.
which I think it would help out marketing for this movie because it was not marketed a lot. So if they can push their marketing into this movie, and it's not in the mid peak summer season, it's right at the tail end at August when mostly movie season's dying out. You're getting, I don't know if you get the thing. Only thing before that could hurt it is Alien Romulus is coming out the week before.
Yeah.
But besides that, there's not a lot coming out at that time besides Aliens and that. But let's talk about the news with
Paramount.
Blum and the Blumhouse with Lionsgate. I don't know if you even know this. So Lionsgate and Blumhouse have decided that Blumhouse is going to be remaking most of the horror movies. So
Oh.
of course they announced that the Blair Witch Project is going to get remade by Blumhouse, which one, dude, I gotta tell you this. So right now, Legendary owns the rights to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Lionsgate owned the rights originally. Dude, if Lionsgate still had the rights, we begin a Blumhouse Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie.
Mm.
Dude, it might have been a lot better than that piece of shit that we got on Netflix.
Don't remind me. What remake? There was a remake in 2018? What?
For
I
what?
meant 2022. I
Yeah,
don't know.
that sequel reboot thing that wanted to be Halloween.
Yeah, the Cavs Sally in it.
The best thing is the ending. That's the best thing from that movie. My jaw was on the floor.
My
Besides
was
that, that movie was
my jaw was on the floor. My jaw was passed out because I fell asleep.
But if you guys are wondering, a lot of the remakes, The
You,
Descent
you
is
know
owned by
you know the scene I
Lionsgate.
really enjoy in it
What?
when the bus scene.
Oh, I do like the bus scene in Texas Chainsaw
Dude,
Massacre.
you're canceled. And then
I do like that. But of course, Lionsgate owns American Psycho.
please
Blumhouse
don't remake
American
it. Please
Psycho.
please don't remake it.
They've been talking about a remake anyway. So
Have you seen that little Margot Robbie commercial, Australian Psycho?
no.
Let's make that into a horror movie. Boom.
We got Leprechaun. They've been talking about a Leprechaun movie, Blumhouse Leprechaun movie. The Descent is owned by Lionsgate.
Okay.
People don't want Blumhouse to touch that movie and get a remake.
I don't want one, but okay, that's
No,
fine.
because I need to watch it, but people love The Descent. Because of course the premise of The Descent is a whole bunch of people go up in the caves in the Appalachian Mountains of North Carolina, and there's some monsters that are really damn scary up there in these caves. And as a person from the South, yep, I can see why this movie creeps everyone out now.
Yeah.
But besides that, let's get Ryan to like what you talked about. Let's get into Paramount because we got a lot of news of Paramount. One, before I get into my spill of what I'm excited for, let's talk about Sonic 3 and the news that we got after CinemaCon. We finally got the voice of Shadow the Hedgehog. And you know who's going to do it?
Yeah.
John Wick himself,
I think I'm back. That was for
Keanu Reeves. Well, how you feel that Keanu Reeves is going to be doing the voice of Shadow in Sonic the Hedgehog 3?
guns. Give me a lot of guns. Anyways, I actually like that news a lot. I mean, Keanu Reeves gonna be a lot of fun. I think it's perfect. He voice acted a character in Toy Story 4 really well. So
Oh, kaboom!
yeah,
I like this. Paramount's cooking something special with this movie. You got Ben Schwartz as Sonic. Um, you got James Marsden gonna be in this. Eggman with Jim Carrey. Idris Elba, Bilal's another favorite actor, is gonna be playing the Knuckles. And now
yeah.
we
Oh,
got
Knuckles
Keanu.
team show coming out soon.
Yes, I'm excited for that. And then we got Keanu Reeves now as Shadow. Woo! Paramount, I'm telling you, December 20th can't come soon enough for this movie.
Paramount always been cooking, man.
Now let's get into the real news of Paramount.
What?
We're getting a new Transformers movie called Transformers 1. This movie is animated, y'all. It is coming out September 13th of this year. The trailer is dropping in 2 days. This movie will star Chris Hemsworth as Optimus Prime, which this is the first time that a different actor except Peter Cullen will be voicing Optimus Prime, which is very sad, but I can get the reason why because Peter Cullen is busy with the live action stuff right now, and this is supposed to be a younger Optimus Prime. Of course, we got Brian Tyree Henry as Megatron, Scarlett Johansson as Alita, and Keegan Michael Key as Bumblebee. Bumblebee's gonna actually speak, and I'm like, yes, because we got the little thing of the Bay films. We got Dylan O'Brien at the beginning of Bumblebee, and after that, we haven't got nothing else.
Mm,
But I'm excited for this movie. This movie is gonna be with no humans, animated. This is before the Cybertronian War in Cybertron, where Optimus Prime and Megatron were best friends because we have already got all those seasons in the Bayverse films, and we always wanted that, and we're finally getting it. And the only thing that people are saying is we gotta get used to Chris Hemsworth
yeah.
with being Megatron, not Megatron, but Optimus Prime. But besides this, I think this is the first movie in the trilogy. The animation they said it's great. It's going to be 3D animation. A lot of people thought it was going to be the 2D like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Spider Verse was, but no, it's going to be 3D, and I'm really excited for that. But also the other news that we got is that we got the confirmed movie of the Transformers GI Joe crossover. So if you guys have seen Transformers: Rise of the Beast, the end credit scene is that Noah gets invited to this special organization, and we all think it's Nest because, of course, the Bayverse there
Bring
was
back Haley
Nest.
Steinfeld to the franchise. Thank you. What?
Let me get to there real quick. But I think, but of course, except Nest, we got GI Joe. They're gonna do this crossover. So I'm thinking this is just gonna be a crossover movie. We're gonna
Bring
still
back the
get the
Rock
other.
to G.I. Joe franchise.
Oh no, no, we're not going. No, no.
And Channing Tatum.
Okay, I can see that, but no Rock.
and Henry Golding, Andrew
No.
Filchi, Samara Weaving, Sarar
Wait. Wait, was she is she in Snake Eyes or the
Snake Eyes.
oh, I haven't seen Snake Eyes. I thought she was in the other G.I. Joe movies. But besides that, let's get okay, you talked about Haley Steinfeld, right?
Yeah.
I think they might bring Charlie back. Because one, okay, like I was saying, I think this is supposed to be a crossover movie. I think it won't be the sequel. I think we're going to get these other two movies in this trilogy, Transformers trilogy, but this will be like a little crossover. I think trying to set up the G.I. Joe, also try and maybe get that franchise rebooted and started back up. Because of course Snake Eyes did, and I think they cut ties with that reboot. So they're gonna try to reboot this again. And why don't start it with this new Transformers reboot that everyone is really enjoying right now? A lot of the fans are enjoying because Stephen Caple Jr. actually knows what he's doing and is a true fan. But besides that, I'm really excited for this movie. It's have a scheduled release date of 2026 and to the Haley Steinfeld thing. I think if Noah's in G.I. Joe, they're going to have a human figure in these upcoming movies. Because I think if Noah goes over to G.I. Joe, he's going to be in the G.I. Joe movies. Might be in a little Italian, but I think they could bring Charlie back for these other two movies in the franchise for this trilogy for Transformers Rise of the Beast because they're going to need a human character. But besides that,
Shia LaBeouf returns.
I wish Shia LaBeouf would return, but of course we all know Sam died between Dark of the Moon and Edge of Extinction. But besides that, we didn't get a lot of other stuff though through this. 9 minutes of Deadpool was shown, and they have been saying that Deadpool, the scene in that is great. 35 minutes was shown as Vince too, which I think is a little bit ridiculous because they literally showed them 1/3 of the movie.
I was going to show the full thing at that
Yeah,
point.
I was they're okay. To be honest with you, they always show a movie or two like surprise, and there was no whole movie shown this year, which I am shocked because the year before they showed Top
Or
Gun Maverick.
did it show a little bit of Furiosa there or not?
No, they didn't show no for years.
Huh.
Um, Bad Boys didn't they show nothing. King of the Planet of the Apes they showed like 13 minutes of that. But
I
besides, what you saying?
I think 13 minutes is even too much. It'd be like a 5 minute scene topped, like a little bit.
True. Because it depends also what they showed. Oh, of course. Oh, you just want to talk about some. So at CinemaCon also we get not only theater news. This is like the theater thing where the theater business comes. We get like new movies. They talk about like new seating, new lighting, new speakers, that stuff, right? Even I think I heard we get a new IMAX camera. So new IMAX shots might be coming soon. I don't know how that's gonna work. But we get popcorn buckets. And we got a lot of stuff with the popcorn buckets. It looks like we're gonna get the taxi with Deadpool on the top. I don't know who's gonna be carrying that. Alien Romulus for their popcorn bucket. You remember I should have sent you that?
Yeah.
AMC. This thing is gonna be the alien head. It's the Xenomorph's head, and this is cool. So they were showing there that someone said so. There's a handle on it, and you can strap this thing to your arm.
Yo,
Dude, you can carry this, eat the popcorn out while it's on your arm, so you don't have to hold it.
that's lit.
I'm definitely going to get this thing when it comes out. But of course, we got Garfield ones, basic Garfield. They're just doing him holding popcorn bucket, his head and stuff. The Transformers one I like. It's a whole body of Optimus Prime, and it looks like it could transform down to the truck. If it does that, I'm hyped for that popcorn bucket. But I think that's mostly it for the CinemaCon stuff because we didn't get a lot of, especially new announcements this year. Because I thought there's normally a lot of new stuff coming out, new announcements. I think Disney's waiting for a lot of the stuff at D23 that's gonna be this year. But I think that's mostly it for our CinemaCon, CinemaCon recap. But let's get into a little bit of our future episodes, ladies and gentlemen, because we got some packed stuff for you. So, of course, for our review this week, we will have the trio back of me, Sammy, and Bilal do review an Ex Machina. Which,
Yeah,
Bilal, are you excited to be back
I'm
for the Cinematic
excited. You,
Boys reviews?
I'm mostly excited for you to witness Oscar Isaac dancing.
I do know about that scene. I haven't seen Ex Machina, but I do know about that scene.
Mm.
And guys, you gotta think this is gonna be the first review in 6 months, 6 weeks. And the Bilal has only done one review with Sammy. What was Dune? We about to cook up some special stuff because just a little sneak peek into the future. We got the two Alex Garland movies left. Then we got the Planets of the Apes trilogy. Then we got all four Mad Max movies. So we're having a lot of stuff coming up. But for next week's episode, we gonna be doing one or two reviews. I think two reviews we will be doing next week. So, of course, I am so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys wanted the review for Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, you're not going to be getting it because Bilal does not have it because Lionsgate does not want to put this thing in any other country except the United States.
It's always Guy Ritchie movies, man. I don't know why they always limited Guy Ritchie or Wes Anderson movies. They barely play internationally for some
I
reason.
might see it and give you guys a review, but I'm not sure. But of course, we'll be reviewing Abigail
Yeah, yeah.
and the new Zack Snyder movie, Part 2, The Scar Giver. Yeah, that's gonna be a bad review, but of course we gotta review it. But okay, guys, if you're watching the video versus the podcast right now, you gotta see Bilal's face.
I'm fine.
No, you're not fine. I've seen no guys. You should see this because I've been seeing 1-star reviews and half-star reviews. This might be the worst movie of the year, but of course we gotta make our own opinions.
Yeah,
We
it's
might like it a
great.
lot better than some other people.
It's gonna be great.
It might be doo doo though. But of course, we're gonna be doing those two reviews. Of course, same thing, movie news, and then with the trailer talk, we'll be talking about Transformers One trailer, which your boy's gonna be hyping this movie up till September 13th.
Like
But I think
how I'm hyped about Furiosa until May 24th.
Furious is gonna come soon. We are so close, ladies and gentlemen, to that and King of the Planet of the Apes. Strap up and get ready for that. But guys, with that being said, when you guys hear me and Bilal actually next time, it will be for our Cinematic Boys reviews episode with Sammy for Ex Machina. And guys, with that being said, before that, if you guys haven't, follow our social medias down below. We're on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. Um, I'm gonna be posting on TikTok a lot more. I just want to say thank you guys for 200 followers on TikTok right now. We are very appreciative of that. Me and Bilal are, and Sammy. I haven't even told Sammy yet, but he will be very surprised and very happy that you guys have done that for us because you guys are giving a platform for us, and not only that, opportunity to talk and speak about movies not only between us but to you guys also. But if you guys are listening to Apple Apple or Spotify, give us a review. Leave us a comment about your review for Civil War, how we can get this podcast better, or give us some ideas that you guys want to put on this podcast because we were taking ideas also. And not only that, but if you guys are watching on the YouTube, also hit the like button. It would help us out with the algorithm. And guys, if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button because we'll be posting episodes and clips, episodes every week, clips every day. And guys, with that being said, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time.
Peace, MBK out.